Thanks, guys.
No big deal.
Hey, guys. I am Dave. I'm the executive director here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. Thank you guys so much for watching this today. Sorry about the audio challenges at the beginning, but we are here to have some fun.
My name's Chaplain Chaz Blackburn. I have the honor of being the president of Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. And we have one of my favorite guests here today.
Yeah!
2025.
Yeah!
Mr. Grant. I'll let you introduce yourself.
I'm Grant Denton with the Karma Box Project.
He hasn't been canceled yet. On our show.
Whoa. Got yo. Strike two. Swing and a miss.
Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry about those audio issues at the beginning. We're working on it for sure, and we appreciate all your support. We're on episode 73, and we always like to highlight community events and things that are happening within the community every single week to kind of encourage you to be a part of what's happening.
Yeah. It's all about being stronger united, and I'm excited to talk about Karma Box today. I saw some cool stuff, like you're doing some different artwork for the different boxes to repaint them, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What? Can you not hear you?
I can't hear me, but...
No? Okay, well, we can turn up your...
Yo.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're there.
Yeah, there you go.
I see you spiking when you talk.
Yeah. All right, I'm even sick of me now. All right, turn me down.
You're there, buddy.
Had it with me.
Hey, this podcast is all about community and talking with community partners. So thank you, Grant, for being here. We really appreciate it.
Right on, brother.
So we're going to start with some community events that are happening in the Reno-Sparks area. One that we've talked about in the past, but different libraries do it at different times. And I actually think it's a very good thing for the people that need it in those communities.
I got to tell you, I thought it said date a library.
Oh,
I was like,
date a library.
What?
You did?
No, I thought
you
that
did?
was the event. It said date a library.
So it is Book a Librarian, which is an event that happens on January 15th from 11 to 12, Friday, January 17th from 11 to 12. And what it is a way for you to be able to learn different resources that you can get at the library. That means computers, phones, tablets, laptops, downloading ebooks, audiobooks, and magazines, and using Libby app, which is the library app if you haven't used it. That's a pretty cool app. But all sorts of different things you can learn about. So I don't know. Have you ever had those issues, Chaz?
Well, I try to send emails to you all the time, and I mess it up, yeah. But no, it's really helpful that they offer that. There's a lot of great services at the library people don't realize.
What emails are you trying to send to me that I don't get?
We'll talk about it after the show.
Well, I'm double checking a little bit more things, but I think that's a great thing to be able to have, and it helps with resume stuff and all sorts of things to be able to help you get to that next level in the community. There's all sorts of things happening. Our screen here doesn't really show a lot, and I wonder what's going on here, because I don't really know if people are commenting and stuff, because it's kind of stuck on the screen that we have. But I just checked, and it is streaming live. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I appreciate that. But definitely, there's all sorts of things you can do, and you can always watch this later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts. We're averaging that 1,000+ viewers because of people like you that are watching it and being a part of it. So thank you so much. So the South Valleys Library is the one that is definitely doing some of those things that helps you get to that next level. I didn't even know the Libby app. Nika uses it sometimes, my wife. But yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Felicia said the best guests, some of my most favorite people right there.
Felicia's been a guest.
Are you talking about Dave and Grant or me and Grant?
Oh. Whoa.
We love you too, Felicia. Thanks for joining. You got quite the variety of events here today.
Oh, of course, always.
Yeah, I like it. Now we go into New Wave Crave. So January 18th, it's going to be RPM's 2-year anniversary party, and it will be a day packed with excitement and activities for all ages, live music featuring high energy sounds. Woo.
Oh yeah, it's completely free. RPM's great. Reno Public Marketplace.
Well, can you do better? Come on. Oh,
That was actually pretty good.
yeah.
There we go.
All right, you put me to shame.
You just got served, bro.
Whoa.
Oh, that was a good dance movie.
Let's go. Definitely a lot of fun happening in the Reno Sparks community. RPM Reno Public Marketplace is a great place to just go, and Junkies is there, and all sorts of different shops, and you can get food, and it really is a fun time, especially during the winter when it's cold.
Yeah.
And you're like, what else do I do?
It's such a
Right?
cool setup too, and they're great people. Reno Public Market's actually doing our ribbon cutting for the Circle of Life Guest House in March. I'll be sure to invite you so you can come hang out and learn more. It's going to be from 3 to 4:30, and then we just thank them because they also did for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. They did the Suicide Survivors Day and donated that. So great organization, doing a lot for our community.
Yeah, a lot of fun. I love it, and they're definitely doing a lot in the community too.
Good food.
It's great food.
Yeah.
So we used to follow, my wife and I, Nika, we followed the churro bar, whatever it's called. I can't remember the name of it right now. It's the churro place. They do ice cream and churros. It's hot. It's good.
Yes, it's so good.
And
They have a fruity pebble churro thing.
Dude, that's
good. I
nuts.
took Lily. It was so good. It was so good.
yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't tried that one, but it everything I've had there is delicious with the ice cream and the hot churros. And we used to follow that food truck around town, and now they have we did. I love churros.
Driving behind them. Like, what's up?
On
What's
your
up?
e-bike.
We're ready. We're ready.
Us, anytime.
Let me know when I can buy a churro.
Just waiting.
That's
it's
right.
Fine. It's fine.
Exactly. Yes. And you know, it really is. It's great quality food, and a lot of those different restaurants are great quality as well. A lot of local food trucks and stuff that just created a permanent location within Reno Public Market with it, which is great.
Bro, the next one, you're killing me with these.
Dude, I don't know. It was
101.
interesting to me, okay? Hey, sauerkraut's great, okay?
Oh, it's actually good, right? It's a probiotic.
It's
and-
good for you.
Is
good
it a
for you.
probiotic?
It is.
Yeah, it is
Yes.
natural.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There's
Yeah.
probiotics in it, absolutely, because it's fermented, and it's actually really good for you. But Sauerkraut 101, which is happening at the Rail City Garden Center. So if you ever thought about making your own sauerkraut, this is the event for you. No? You've never thought about it?
Not making my own.
Well, now you can. At
For the
Rail-
huge portion of the population that has been wondering, so how do we make good sauerkraut?
Right, exactly.
Oh, there goes our viewership,
Have
bro.
you? Okay. Have you ever been to the Rail City Garden Center?
I've never been there.
It's nuts, dude.
it?
They got
Yeah.
like water fountains and koi fish. And
Oh, yes, I have.
all sorts of
Yes.
stuff.
Where is this at?
Yeah.
It's kind of behind like Legends and Wild Island and all that. There's this huge garden center. They got like waterfalls and everything. You're like, wow, this is crazy.
It's called Rail City Garden?
Yeah, it's
dude.
actually beautiful.
It's nuts. And my wife and I have literally gone there just to have a date night. Because we go and get food at Grimaldi's, and then we go over to Rail City Garden, and then we just walk around because
That's
it's
awesome.
beautiful. And there's koi fish in their ponds and all sorts of stuff. It's really cool.
My dad bought Lily, my daughter, this beautiful cactus.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the craziest thing. It always blooms right around her on her birthday every year. And he got that there.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Grant doesn't believe us. He's looking it up right now. He's Googling it. He's like, this isn't real,
Well,
Dave.
Let's look into this.
Dave.
Fact check you right now.
This isn't real.
Yeah.
Well, listeners, he is correct. It's on 1720 Burley Way, Sparks, Nevada. And it is a place. It does exist.
Yeah, it exists. It's a fun place to go. And they have this huge like treehouse thing if you got kids and stuff, and you just want to have them play in like a treehouse for a while. They have a huge one, so it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
So they're making sauerkraut.
But they're doing sauerkraut 101, which we are not going to shame them for that, right, Chas?
No, it's great. I never would have expected that.
They
Learn
got aquatics, hardscapes, fertilizer, soil amendments, growing. These guys are great.
Yeah, they're great. I agree. They do a lot of stuff.
It is beautiful too.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
But sauerkraut.
Yes, sauerkraut. So that's what we're talking about. Learn how to make delicious sauerkraut at home. Learn how to make how to take cabbage and turn it into the pickled delight known as sauerkraut. This is a hands-on class, so you will be making it and taking it home. Attendees are required to bring the following large salad bowl, good-sized cutting. Why are you laughing?
It's BYOB.
Large,
Bring your own
knife.
Sauerkraut.
Bring your own bowl.
This is on the Saturday the 25th. I know people that would
Dude,
love this.
I
I know people that would love this.
I would do it. It's so unique. It's a very
It
unique
is.
thing
I
to
know.
do.
I
like
you're
it.
welcome. I found it.
Is it free?
Yes, it's
That's
free. It's a
awesome.
free event. And Saturday the 25th, January 2025 at 11, and it ends at 1 p.m. So add it to your calendar. The location is, like I said, the Rail City Garden Center. It really is one of the biggest local garden centers I've seen in the area, period. And I mean, the waterfalls and, you know, supporting local businesses is so important for the health of Reno Sparks. Yeah. I really believe that. And they are local. They care about the community. Small fact. I like Moana Nursery. I'm not saying I don't. I do like Moana Nursery, but they are a chain and they are not actually from Reno. So good people. Great things are happening, but they're not from Reno. Rail City Garden, they are from Reno.
Awesome. I wanted to throw one more event in there before we go to our community resource. On January 30th at Walton's funeral home at the chapel off Ross Burke Noble, which is off of Kitski. We're actually doing a candlelight remembrance ceremony for the entire community. It's just a beautiful time. There's going to be some poems and powerful music. And if you've lost a loved one and want to come honor them, you don't have to speak, but you can light a candle, or if you do want to share, we do this every year. It's a super powerful, beautiful night. You can learn more at colhospice.com, but it's important that we honor our loved ones that we've lost and just be able to share our stories. There's so much power in our stories, as Grant knows. So without further ado, our community resource is Mr. Grant Denton.
Yeah, thank you for being here, Grant.
What's up? Thanks for having me, guys. I could just do this all the whole time. I'm like,
just talk about our events.
Yes, let's talk about more events. This is great.
Hey, thank you. Seriously though, thank you for coming back.
Yeah.
So we invited you.
Last time.
You know you did good if they come back.
We invited you back because last time it felt like we had a lot that we still wanted to talk about that we didn't have time for.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yep.
So we reached out and we were like, we got to have Grant back. It was a lot of fun with him last time, and it's already a lot of fun with you this time. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. And you've got a lot more going on in the community than the last time you were on the show, right?
Yeah, and that's the gig, right? I think if you want to be effective, and you guys, this is any effective nonprofit or somebody that's doing something in the community is always growing, adjusting, pivoting, identifying new things, and so like, we're growing. Things are changing.
So next year when you come, we're gonna have an event for making your own kimchi.
Oh, you never know.
What is kimchi?
So that's a Korean cabbage that has.
It's also probiotics.
It's also probiotics.
Yeah, dude.
It's fermented. It's got chili paste.
Don't you know?
So
you know health stuff. Come on, man.
I know coleslaw if we're in the cabbage industry.
Oh, love it.
Coleslaw's good though.
Yeah.
I like coleslaw.
Felicia Hill said 40.
40. She was correcting her last comment, which was in a 40-day no sugar fast, and this talk is straight from Satan, my friend. LOL. Wow.
Well, she said Grant A. Denton.
That's
is
the most
best
important.
guest.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Powerhouse trio. I'll take
Just
it.
want everybody to identify that I am the best.
Wow.
So tell us about how you're making an impact in the community.
Well, clearly, Exhibit A, Felicia Hill believes I'm the best.
Actually, I saw a post. She was downtown with you at the railroad station, right? Or the railroads walking?
So we were doing on Thanksgiving. We were on Thanksgiving. I believe that when we work in this field, the idea of homeless advocacy and homeless work is to get people out of a condition of homelessness, whatever that looks like. And there's hundreds of different ways based on whatever that individual's issue is or whatever's going on. But so I'm not a big fan of helping in the wrong way. And I think a lot of times when we dump things on camps and when we just throw, drop things out the window or whatever, I think that does more harm than it does good, depending on what you want to do. Are you trying to, how are you trying to help, right? Because we can say we're helping, and then after we say we're helping, then you have to follow up with helping do what, right? So what are we helping? And so, but on Thanksgiving and on Christmas, on these holidays, it's I believe we should be reaching out and connecting with folks that otherwise throughout the year don't have anybody connecting with them in that way, and
especially on a tough day like the holidays, right?
Oh God,
so many people.
Dude, when I was on the streets, man, and I've been off the streets now for over 10 years, and it took a lot for me because you become apathetic to these holidays. And for me, I didn't stop. I stopped engaging with. I felt nothing. Right. For my birthday, I was in jail often. It just so happened around my birthday, that time of year, I was always I'm getting locked up. 'Cause it was all it was 5 years in a row. I was locked up.
Wow.
And you spend holidays in jail and on the street, and so you become apathetic to these holidays. And for me, Christmas, Thanksgiving, sucked because and not that people didn't want me around because I wasn't me. Do you know I was an addict, and I did a lot of damage to my family, the community, to others, and so I shouldn't have been around, and so it was sad that it was reminding me how much I lost every Thanksgiving. Right, I didn't go to these dinners, I didn't do that stuff, and then on Christmas, I wasn't upset that that I wasn't receiving gifts. It was just sad that I couldn't give my kids gifts. Do you know? And so whatever it is for the individuals, but holidays are real. It took a minute for me being clean and being back functioning regular person in society to be able to start caring about holidays because I had actively stopped because it just sucked to not have anybody or anything. And so anyways, the point is I believe holidays are, we make exceptions. We got to go out and we got to connect and just remind folks.
That's part of that dignity piece, right? Showing that they matter and spending that time with them.
Yeah. And so Chris, who's here right now, volunteering with your squad back there, she's the one that drives this.
I love that.
That's
awesome.
Felicia and I were there. She sets up this gig. You got about 400 meals. Whole community comes together, makes the meals, makes the backpacks, and then is given different camps to go to. And the idea is that we're not just dropping the food off and leaving, is that we're having conversations and engaging to, if that's what, and of course, if somebody doesn't want to talk to you, hey, listen to me, man, I'm here to talk to you. My name is Carol. I really, whatever. Not my name. But
are you sure?
There was a little bit of role play there, but
oh boy, I'm confused.
So if you're a woman named Carol, and
boy,
what I'm saying is that that we go out there and then we have conversations and that we engage with people and so
we're all slap happy, silly, tired on a Monday.
We don't hate people named Carol though. So.
Yeah, no.
Carol, you're okay. You're okay, Carol.
But Karens, no.
Whoa!
I don't know what these poor women that were named Karen that have to deal with this crap.
Seriously, our nicest volunteer we've ever had. One of the nicest volunteers we ever had. Her name is Karen.
Pop culture
a few
ruined
bad Karens,
it for them.
You got everybody. So sweet.
You got two bad Karens, and the whole lineup of Karens just have to feel this. It's terrible.
She volunteers here 3 times a week. All the clothes that get sorted is all because of her, and her name's Karen.
And you have Karen to thank for that, and all the other. Oh, jeez.
There you go.
Anyways,
Denise Blackburn said, thank you guys, it matters. It does matter. It
It
does make
does.
a difference. That's why we don't just give away clothes here. It's the conversation. It's the dignity. So,
Dude, and I got to tell you that like when we have folks that'll come out to camps and just like drop boxes and boxes of clothes off.
Yeah.
And the other day I saw a guy doing it and I stopped him and I'm like, dude, you can't do that here. And he's like, I'm just helping. I'm like, yeah, not here. You're not right. Right. Actually, right. You got to be mindful. Like when you're on the streets, everything is currency.
Yeah.
So like,
you're right.
It's not like, and we're bringing more things in without taking things out. And so part of the problem with camps is the trash, right? The accumulation of trash. And so the gig is, and I told him, I'm like, I'm like, what I need you to do, if you really want to help, go to Good Shepherd.
I love it. Thank you.
That's it. Take it, like, because not only this clothes, right? So how far can this shirt go, right? So that shirt doesn't just carry value on someone else's back. When it comes to Good Shepherd, you got volunteers coming together, working together to sort that shirt. You got it going on a rack, which means that it's going to be there on that rack, and someone's going to pick that shirt. They're not going to take it just because it's there. They're going to choose this shirt, and they're going to have the dignity of like that shopping experience.
Right.
And you're giving like folks things to, like you have them, like you're bringing a community. There's so many different like ways that bringing a single shirt here can help if you look, if you look at it like that. So I'm like, dude, you box it up. I Googled you guys. It's like go to this place, bring it there, dude.
Oh, thank you, Grant.
You Googled it. You've been here before. What are you talking about?
I couldn't. I didn't know the address.
He's gonna remember 548 Greenbury Drive.
You know,
I sent him to Railway City. This isn't a close place. What's with all the cabbage, man?
Where's the cabbage? That's what you guys all talk about, right?
Oh man, that's too funny.
You know, yeah, you're absolutely right though. That is what matters, is those steps for that individual, that they come in here, they check in, they're a part of a place that gives them hope and dignity. They're able to choose that shirt, right?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe blue's their color. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe pink's their color. I don't know. But they're able to have that choice. So it gives them a little bit more of a feeling of
Pride,
ownership.
self-pride, yeah.
Ownership
In a good way.
over that piece of clothing.
Well,
right?
and like there's this cultural shift that takes place. Like when you're on the street and somebody brings a box of food or a box of clothes or food and they set it on the ground and you and everybody's digging through it.
Right.
That's not remembering it, like how great time. Like it's just like
that does not provide hope.
Feel great.
That doesn't give dignity to a human
dig
being.
through a box like
Yes.
and people. I'm sorry, Chad.
No,
I
you're
did
good.
knock Chad out of his chair. But like you like there's no dignity in that.
Absolutely.
Like, and
Yeah,
like
you're right.
we did this program, this grit, where I'll train people at the gym every Saturday, 1 p.m. At 250 Bell Street.
Oh, that's awesome.
We go there and we'll train in the gym. We'll do boxing. They can play basketball. It's at Redirect Athletics, new location, and after that, sometimes maybe once a month we'll go out and we'll volunteer. We'll clean up trash, and then we'll go out and or we'll go get something to eat, at a restaurant. And it's just interesting. There's a lot of folks that are on the streets. Like a restaurant experience is something they haven't had in years.
Wow.
And it's and same thing with the shopping experience, something they really haven't had to do in years because we've been, digging through bags and digging through boxes and all this. And so being able to have that, so like if we want to give in the right way, get them to, give it to this spot, give it to the Good Shepherd, and then we usher them there.
Yeah.
Us as a team, right?
Yeah,
it's not just like
collaboration.
Yeah.
Of all these organizations.
it's not like Good Shepherd's doing it all by ourselves, right? It's not like Karma Box is doing everything by yourselves.
Yeah.
It's about partnership, collaboration, and working together.
Yeah.
And that's really, that's what this podcast is about. That's what we always talk about is how can we as nonprofits actually help the individual and not just make it harder for them because we're just giving them a handout, right?
Yeah.
So a hand up is so much better than a hand out, right?
Yeah. So, and when it comes to clothes like that, like I would rather when somebody's, of course, like if someone's freezing right now,
right,
and they need a jacket,
get them a jacket.
Get the jacket now.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if it's something like, for example, if somebody was like someone in our safe camp is looking to get a job, right, and they needed some work clothes, come here, right, and also you guys are doing for our employees at the shelter.
Yep.
Right, you guys are doing that gig where they can come over and get clothes over here.
Yeah.
That's a big deal too. Do you know?
Yep.
That was an announcement that's coming, but
So
No. That's not the announcement. That's not the announcement.
no, but we have
we have always helped the people at the
Oh, have
shelter.
you? Okay,
Yeah,
I guess.
that's been a long time thing.
Should we announce
Yeah.
the one though that he kind of
I don't
connected us
know.
with?
Maybe.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. Should I?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh well, we're looking on. So in 2025. So you gotta prepare me for these things, man.
I love putting you on the spot.
That was it. You just that was your cue.
In the year 2025, we have signed an MOU with the CARES campus, and
That wasn't the one I was talking about. I thought we were waiting on that one.
oh, I'm sorry. Which one are you talking about? Which one are you talking about?
Oh, no, go ahead and finish.
It's too late now.
It's too late. Go ahead and finish it.
So, 2025, we've already signed a MOU with the CARES campus to help them with go bags and other things to really help those individuals at the CARES campus get very specifically what they need in emergency situations. And possibly that's going to turn into more down the road. I mean, because the thing is, people know. If you're listening to this, you know where to bring your clothes if you're trying to get rid of them. Do you know how many people come to Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet saying, I'm going to donate my entire loved one that passed away's clothing, all of it, to Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet because I know what you guys do with it.
Yeah.
Right? We don't
charge
sell it.
anybody. That's right.
And so because we don't do that, because we just give it to people that need it most, we get a lot of clothing donations. So we have a lot of clothing donations because of you guys, honestly. And we're working towards getting these go bags for the CARES campus to be able to help those people that are literally coming off the streets that need something. And we're able to give them socks and underwear and maybe some other items they might need. So that's our partnership with the CARES campus coming up in 2025. And we're going to be working hard to fundraise for that. So if you're inspired by that and that's something you want to be a part of, send us an email. Let us know if you want to have a meeting, if you want to learn more about the program and how we're doing that. But Grant was a piece of that in getting us and walking around with us and talking to us about the CARES campus stuff.
Well, so and that's I'm glad you mentioned that because like what we're over at the warming center and the resource center, we have and you have right now in there. So what it's folks that that would, because of the cold, right? We have a lot of folks that wouldn't have otherwise been in the shelter that would be, I don't want to say service resistant because nobody's service resistant forever, right? So right now, folks that wouldn't have otherwise come in or that have other issues that limit them from coming in. So on an average in the warming center, we have anywhere from 4 to 6 people that have accidents to where they'll need to change their clothes right now and that don't have any other change of clothes. And so we're always during the day struggling and looking to find more clothes to keep these folks because some of them we won't be able to wash and recycle in that way. And so we're always in a need for these things. So this is going to make a huge difference for us at the resource center and to be able think about it. Think if you had an accident and you had to sit in those old clothes until somebody came around. You had to wait for someone to come around, and so now with this we'll be able to get folks in there in that transition a lot faster. So because it's also embarrassing. Some of the folks. It's an accident. And there's nothing else they can do, and it's and so to be able to like transition from that real quick and swiftly and get into these new clothes, it's a lot comfortable. Yeah,
and we're in the early stages with VOA and the CARES campus in all of this, so we're still figuring out exactly how this is going to look with Washoe County, and how we're going to make this the most effective it can be, because. One of our things is we don't want to start anything that we can't actually follow through with. Yeah, and that's very much so our heart. Yeah, and so that we want to make sure this is going to be effective and help the people that need it most.
Yeah, and it's all about timing, like you said. It's hard to take that next step if you're lying in when you had an accident, you're sitting there lying in those clothes. It's hard to want to go get those services or even be admitted to the CARES campus. And you got to provide that dignity. And the other one, the one I was actually talking about.
What the heck? That's not what you were talking about,
no,
dude. Grant's here. What do you think?
So Grant actually connected us with Downtown Reno Partnership.
Oh yeah.
So
okay,
we're super excited for 2025 because you were talking about the right timing and place if it's an emergency.
Right.
Yeah.
So those ambassadors, they do great work, but sometimes they find those people that are on the streets then that is the emergency. They need some clean clothes to be transported to the CARES campus where they can get services.
Yeah.
So we're excited to have signed an MOU with them for that.
Yeah.
Well, you get 2 for 1 on this one.
No, that's great.
But that'll be great because they'll have some go bags, maybe sweats and jacket and socks, so that they can get them ready to go to the CARES campus where they can start that whole process of those next steps. So thanks for, again, collaboration like this. It's really great. So thank you.
And our goal is to have both the CARES campus people as well as the DR people on the show as well to kind of describe how these partnerships work a little bit more. Because, yes, we have 1,000+ people watching the show, but honestly, not everyone watches the entire show all the way through. So to be able to have specific announcements where we're showing and showcasing very specifically how we're going to be helping people moving forwards is going to be very important.
Yep.
So, a lot of good things.
Let's talk about Karma Box. You're expanding into Carson City a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
This has been a gig in the. We've been trying to work out there. It was like 2 years to finally get a contract, and then when we get the contract, because the homelessness is a little bit different out there, of course. But we finally got it's having the right person. It's a smaller town. It's difficult to get folks from Reno to commit to going out there. And so it took a while and trial and error of getting the right person, and we finally got the right person. It's this gal named Summer Franco.
Awesome.
From Carson, lives out there. She's an OG, right? Lived experience. She reminds me of me when I was 2 years into it. Just
awesome.
Just hungry and committed to it. And so what we're doing is we're partnering with Carson City Health and Human Services, and doing outreach out there looks a little bit different because there's a different demographic of
there is.
And there's no homeless shelter out there. There's a high barrier type shelter type place that helps, but so it is different, and so you have to the Karma Box employee out there has to wear a lot of different hats. They do a workforce program. They're case managers, they're social workers in a way, they're life coaches, they're facilities operators, because Carson City's emergency sheltering they have hotel rooms, right? So they have a certain number of hotel rooms around, and they'll put them in there, and the idea is that they're in there while they're working their case, right? But while they're working their case to get them housed. And so our Karma Box employee will be not only just doing the outreach and doing the cleanup crew out there, will also be helping these folks get to the new phase with HHS out there. So we got Carson City up and running. We're doing the Warming Center over there. The Warming Center, we got about maybe 4 more months of that.
Well, if Good Shepherd ever does something in Carson City, I'm not saying we would, but if we did, we'll definitely reach out to you and figure out a partnerip with that.
Oh yeah,
no, we're actually looking at something. We won't go into the details, but that could be a good collaboration down there.
Oh yeah. Then there's it's interesting is that there's always need for more, and then there's 100%. This thing when you're a nonprofit where some get competitive, right? Shit gets things get.
Mushrooms.
Now I gotta click a different button on this episode now.
We're cooking here for the sauerkraut. Shiitake mushrooms.
Things get weird sometimes, and if we ever want, and there's this competitive thing, and where people don't want new folks in town kind of gig, and then we already have outreach, or we already have food pantries, or we already have. There's no shortage of need.
Yeah,
there's
no shortage of need.
So I've been talking to one of the higher ups at Fish about need in Carson City, and there's a lot of need right now.
So and there's no like there and the gig is that and everybody says we want to work ourselves out of a job. Then let's act like it. Sure. Let's act like it. Let's go to work, and there's room for collaboration everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's
what we're all about. We're all about collaboration,
and that's what we're leaning towards. So it's having said that, we're Karma Box is going to partner up with Vegas Stronger. Now Vegas Stronger is an outpatient / IOP. They do IOP there. They work with the courts out in Vegas. Started by Dave Marlin, who used to own Solutions, sold Solutions, started Vegas Stronger. Vegas Stronger is a walk-in that serves primarily the homeless population.
Okay.
That it's a walk-in treatment center. So you can walk right in, get it, and they also do case management from there as well.
That's awesome.
They do MAT out of there. It's an awesome organization, been up and running for like 4 years, and they're wanting to come out to Reno, and so they're going to partner with. Oh, dude, it's absolutely necessary. We were talking earlier about the need for substance abuse treatment and getting folks into treatment, and so that's what Reno Stronger. We're going to call it Reno Stronger, is going to come out, be right there on Sutro and East 4th Street. So it's right next to the shelter.
That's cool.
And we'll be able to just walk folks in. And so that's what's coming up next. Should be opening the doors, soft opening in February.
Awesome.
And
I'd love to be there. I'll
shoot us
look
an
at the
invite. We'd
calendar.
love to come support you.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then you also started a podcast, right?
Starting a podcast called the Popper Project, and it's the subtitle. So it's Popper Project, because I started working with Harmony Haywood, who's a historian, and I met her because she does work with VA's homeless vets, and she started. We're at the Cafe Capello, and she was like, "Hey, I want to show you something." She walked over to where the downtown Reno on First Street, right there, First Street and Sierra, where there's that parking garage. She was like, "You see that garage? That used to be a cemetery, a Masonic cemetery." And I'm like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, in the 1800s." A developing company came through here. I love history, right? And she was like, in the year of our Lord, 1890, whatever. Every time I think history, I think of it in an old Englishman's voice. The year of our Lord, 1890.
Beautiful. Love it.
There was a Masonic cemetery. And so these developers came through, tested the soil, identified that the soil here would be the best for brick making.
Oh.
So they bought the cemetery. The Masons relocated the bodies, and they used that cemetery there to build all the bricks on that whole block from Sierra all the way up. So by the West Street Plaza and all that. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So they call them. So they call them the death bricks, right?
Oh.
And so, needless to say, I grabbed one of those bricks and took it home with me. Little bit of dad juju maybe, but anyways, and so like she knows that, like she's just really good like with the history of Reno, and as it turns out, what she does is she finds these old maps from the 1800s, and she compares those maps to what we have there now, and then she looks up just looks up articles and all these things about what happened there at the time, and she identified that Reno used to have one of the most successful poor farms in the country back in the 1800s, and that's how we dealt with our poverty problems was poor farms. Back in larger cities, it was poor houses, right, in London town and England and all the places, but it was poor houses. But Reno used to have one of the largest poor farms and most successful poor farms in the country. Wow. Ottawa had one. There are some other ones that are notable, but Reno used to have the most successful.
That's really interesting. So how often do you guys post episodes?
We're going to start at the end of February. Okay. We're going to start doing it. And so it's going to be the history of homelessness. And so we're going to call it Roots and Realities. Because
that's pretty cool.
Roots and Realities. Yeah, I like it.
That.
I believe that if we're able to like identify, so how did we solve these problems before? How did we get to where we're at? And then also start like chopping away at myths.
But how often are you guys going to post though?
Oh, once a month.
Once a month, cool.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Awesome. Yeah. Look forward to that.
And let us know. I mean, Good Shepherd's a part of history of Reno too. So we've been around for 28 years.
Yeah.
So we started downtown and we've been giving away clothes for over 28 years to people that need them most.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
So how can people get involved with your organization, and do you take donations?
We do. We're actually reframing our whole. We're doing a new website. We're doing all the things. We've restructured our board. Our board is growing. We did a strategic planning. We're in the process of going from, and you guys know, like there's this infancy of nonprofit, right? We're only 4 years old right now, but there's an infancy in nonprofit, and then you go to adolescence, which we were a couple years ago, and now we're getting into the adulthood of nonprofit.
Welcome to adulthood. Huh?
Welcome to being a big boy. So we're becoming big boys. And so you can go to the website, www.karmaboxproject.org, and you can donate there, and you can reach out to us on the Facebook page or email us through the website. And yeah.
And you're taking volunteers as well?
We do when we do our cleanups. Yeah, we do volunteers. Just email us or message through the Facebook page, and I can tell you when we do our cleanups.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
And you can always put stuff in boxes. And also, can I plug an event?
Please.
We have the Karma Box Community Revival coming up, and it's at the Reno public house or the Reno public market.
That's what I was talking about. So
yep.
Where you can do artwork
market,
on it.
We did, so like it's interesting. That's why I like the Karma Box project with the actual box portion of it. You're able to it's interesting to watch how communities respond to giving, how communities respond to taking, how this whole thing works, right? And boxes are just they're boxes, right? And until you give it something, until you make it something, until you identify what it is. And these boxes have to have an identity. And you build the box, and you get buy-in when people build something. You get buy-in when somebody paints something. You get buy-in when people put things in it. And the more buy-in, the longer this box exists. And different boxes have different identities, different times that they last. And anyways, and these boxes boxes die, right? And also boxes get vandalized. And it's an unfortunate thing, but it's part of the human condition. You can't get mad when people beat your stuff up. You just got to know that are you going to just lay down and take it? Or are you going to build some more boxes? And so not all boxes, I'm not saying that all the boxes are being vandalized, but some are. It's part of the gig, and some of them just die. And so we're doing this Karma Box Community Revival where we've given the boxes to 7 artists. And we
that's so cool.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna have this event where we unveil them. It's gonna be we're doing it like an art show, bro. So it's cocktail attire, whether you drink or not. Dress up. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a band there. We're gonna have picture booth, all the things. But we're gonna have the artists reveal their boxes on that day. So yeah, it'll be great. The 23rd, 7 p.m. Reno Public Market.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You gonna show up in your onesie?
I might show up in my onesie. Who knows?
It's your cocktail onesie. This is my cocktail onesie.
Hey, well, thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it, and we're all about community and community events. So, and Karma Box is doing so much good. Yeah. So, thank you so much for sharing what you guys are doing.
Yeah, right on.
And so much movement, which is cool to see.
And being the change that you want to see in the world, like our cliche saying. You're doing that, brother.
Yeah,
right on.
Absolutely. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to find us, make sure to find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you get your shows. That's what we do. We give away clothes for free to those in need. But we also have this podcast, the Community Cares Podcast. You type that in, we're the first thing that comes up. So thank you guys for making that happen. Without you guys doing that, we would not exist in this community. So it really is because of you, the listener, that we are doing what we're doing. So we want to thank you for 73 episodes, dude.
Woohoo!
Oh my goodness. We've been doing this for a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
So a lot of fun. Make sure to visit getclothes.org. And we help over 800 people a month. No matter what, we're asking you to come alongside and help one. All right, guys. We'll see you later, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, guys. See you at Sauerkraut.
Bring